Hey, and thanks for tuning in to the Rick and James Show. I'm James,
And I'm Rick.
and today we're going to be talking about a little upcoming events that we have going on.
Yes, we are.
To start out with, this Saturday, the 29th,
We'll be down on the Riverwalk.
going to do music, karaoke.
Yeah, come on out. You can dance on the grass, sing out some karaoke tunes, and just out there having a good time. You can bring your own food. Walk to one of the restaurants, grab some, get some sodas, come out and sit on the lawn and enjoy the ending of the day, sunset.
Absolutely. We're going to be out there about 6:30,
Yes.
setting up. Plan to go until probably around 11,
Yeah.
maybe sooner, maybe later.
And
We'll
depending
see
on
how
how
the
the crowd.
night goes.
Yes. We had a pretty good time the first time. We had a first time event last weekend, and we had a few singers come on out and enjoyed the karaoke and music, and hopefully we can grow this and into a bigger crowd and have a good time.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's going to be Saturday night. Sunday night, we're looking for a photographer. Not so much a photographer, but a camera guy, camera woman, to come out to the Renaissance Fair and kind of follow us around for the day.
You mean Sunday morning?
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, you got. We're leaving here at 8 o'clock. So
Yes.
Get in touch with me before then. 706-536-7556. We'll provide a ticket. We'll buy your food while you're up there.
Yes.
And all you have to do is follow us around, help take pictures, and enjoy the Renaissance Fair with us.
That's it.
And if you see me before, Saturday,
Before Saturday.
or maybe Saturday, hopefully I'm finding a costume. I got lots of costumes so you can dress up too, and really get into the Renaissance. So, are there any karaoke singers out there who like to sing, like the audience, like the response? Pick out your songs. We have how many songs you got?
43,000, I believe it is.
Yeah, we got-
Different songs.
Yeah, we got about 43,000 songs to sing, choose from.
I'm sure we can find you something to sing that day.
Yes, something. Don't come with one of these songs like from some obscure band from Portland, Oregon. That as a DJ, I've been a DJ for 10 years, but I just love it when somebody walks up to me and says, "Yes, do you have this band here?" And I'm like, "No, you don't. They're really popular. Where I'm from, I said, yeah, where you're from, if they haven't made the top, 100 list or something like that on regular radio, then of course I'm not going to hear it. If they're just from your area, some local band that might be on the radio, I'm probably not going to have that song.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Although you never know. There's some.
Yeah,
I go through so Rick here has all the CDs.
Oh, yeah.
All the SoundCloud CDs going to
Sound Choice, Chartbusters. I've got Sweet Georgia Brown. I've got all the CD. I used to own half of a CD karaoke store. I used to be with Cass Collins.
The issue with that though is that's a lot of equipment, a lot of CDs to drag around to set up
yes.
for events like this.
Oh yes, I have 8 books of CDs that I normally carry, and I haven't even put the newer updates that I have up in there. Good Lord, just to carry out the CDs, my 8 books out there full of CDs. Then you got to carry a karaoke machine.
Yes.
Yeah, that's extra equipment.
So we just go off a laptop. I have an app.
Right.
I have an app for that.
Yes.
That we use, and it's still got quite a few. Like I said, 44,000 songs
Yes.
on it. So I'm sure we can find you a song to sing. But yeah, come out and join us. Again, that's Saturday, the 29th,
Yes.
6:30 until.
Whatever. And if nobody's singing, we play music in between, so you can get out there and dance a little bit, shake your tail, have a good time. Bring the kids out. We're not going to be. It's family orientated.
Family oriented. We're right down Columbus Riverwalk, right down from the splash pad.
Right.
Is where we set up at. There's a big grassy area right out in front of us there that people can throw a blanket down,
Yes.
pinch a pop-up tent, whatever, hang out, enjoy the music, bring your kids, bring your family,
Yeah, we'll let the
bring
kids.
your dinner.
Yeah. We'll let the kids sing.
Absolutely, we let everybody sing.
Yeah, bring the kids up. They can take a shot at it. I mean, it's entertaining for everybody. You know, it's good practice. You know, singing out in public. You know, a lot of people, most terrifying thing for people to do is to talk in public or speak in public or sing in public. So,
Yeah.
you know, good way to conquer fear.
Yeah, and whether you can sing or not sing, it really doesn't. We're out there to have a good time.
Oh, yes.
So that everybody has a good time, not just, get people out of the house for a little bit, let them do their thing. Even if you don't sing, there's going to be plenty of singers, and there's going to be plenty of music. Even if we don't get a singer, not even one singer, I'm sure Rick will get up and sing some, because he normally does.
Oh, good Lord. So, like, if you don't want to hear me sing all night, you better come on up and jump in and knock me off, because I have no shame.
There you go. And then in between songs, in between singers, we normally just play some music. So.
Oh, yeah. So it's all about a good time. And then we're going to be out there a little bit late, and then we got to run home, get some rest, and wake up. And if y'all have never been to the Renaissance Fair, we'll be going to the Renaissance Fair. Dressed up, full leather costumes. And I believe that you got your brother coming with us.
Yes, my brother said he would come with us. He's going to go up there, and he said he's going to bring some fire poi. If y'all have never seen fire poi, P-O-I, look it up. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, he's slinging.
Lights these balls on fire and swings them around.
Yeah.
Does all kinds. So maybe we'll get him up here one day and have him do a little demonstration.
Well, I know in, let's see, I know Philippines they do it. I know Hawaiians do it. What other culture? There's a couple other cultures that do it. I've seen them swing. It's like fire on like I don't know, rope or whatever.
Yeah, it's a rope with about a like a 4-inch ball on the end.
And they set on fire.
And they set it on fire, and he swings it all around, does his little dance type thing.
You try not to hit yourself in the head with it.
Yeah, or anywhere else for that matter, because
burn
they
yourself.
soak it in. He soaks it in camp fuel before he does it. So yeah, I'm sure if it hits you anywhere, you're gonna get a good burn there. So
yeah, and he's gonna dress up too. I got costumes, so that should be a good time right there. Just hope that we don't get in any trouble. Him slinging that thing around.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll say anything or not.
We might have to do it on the outside of the Renaissance before we go inside, because when you go on the inside,
maybe we'll talk to somebody as we go through.
Yeah.
Just see.
The only place I think that he can do it safely without anybody walking up on him is down there by the jousting place. Once he gets in there, nobody can do anything. He'll be out of the way. Nobody will walk up behind him or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk to somebody and see what they say. If not, I will. He'll swing him around anyways without him on fire.
Oh yeah. Either way, it'll look good, interesting.
Absolutely. If you're interested in going, look it up. Fairburn, Georgia.
Georgia Renaissance Fair.
Now until the 13th.
Yes.
I believe it is.
Get your tickets online.
Look it up. It's a great family-oriented thing to do. You can bring last time we took the whole family.
Yeah,
you can bring the whole family.
It's more fun if you dress up.
Oh, absolutely, dress up.
You dress up and you walk in there and you get in character, and the people that you talk to that are dressed up are usually in character. Got the British accent going on, Scottish.
Yes.
They have singers who will sing in Scottish and whatever. That group sang a bunch of different European songs.
Yeah, one was singing, I believe that one girl was Scottish, though.
Yes.
Or Irish, one of the two. And then the other girl was singing in Spanish and Irish.
Yes, they had a bunch of tunes. And then
Gaelic, I believe it is.
Gaelic, yeah. And then they had, as soon as you walk in, you'll see, if you walk to the left side, you'll run into the people doing yarn. The ladies are rolling, like, thread and yarn.
Yep.
And then if you walk to the other side, I think the first thing you run into is like clothing shops. And as you walk around, you'll see all kinds of things to eat, things to buy, swords, shields, women's clothing, men's clothing, leather items. What do you call it? The stuff to drink your beer in, Steiners or
Steins. Yeah, you can buy beer Steins there.
There's Steins. Swords. Of course, I bought me a pirate pistol because I needed one. And this weekend's supposed to be a
Pirate weekend. This weekend's pirate.
But I don't have a pirate outfit, so I'm still going in my Renaissance leather.
Yep, we're all going in the regular leather that we always go in.
Yes.
We're gonna dress my brother up
Yes.
in leather also. So it should be a good time.
Next
Y'all should definitely come meet us up there and,
Yes.
and enjoy the day with us. It'll be a great time, I promise you.
We want to take pictures. The more pictures, the better. The more better time you'll have. And it's something that the first time I went in regular clothes, and I saw all this stuff, and I said, "Oh my God, I want to dress up. I want to be like these people up here." You know, I was ready to work up there every weekend if I could. I just loved it. I just loved the history behind this. You know, they have the buildings. Everything is pretty much run off of rope. I mean, they have
Yeah, they have electricity there, but none of the rides,
all the events.
none of the entertainment is.
And the entertainment is pretty good. I'm telling you, if you like juggling acts, they have these guys walk around on stilts. They have juggling acts, balancing acts. They'll even take people out of the audience. They had a bunch of kids spinning plates. This one dude had brought about 5 kids. I don't know how he did it, but he had 5 or 6 kids up on stage holding sticks while he spin plates on top of them. And then he took some drumsticks and was playing the plates while the kids were holding it while he spun all those plates. It was interesting. I always love watching the jousting and the fighting.
That's great.
That's good. They also have let's see, what's the other acts? They have theatrical acts up in there. They have
Balancing.
Bird of Prey.
Birds of Prey.
And then they have parrots. That's what your baby girl wanted to see.
I don't think we saw that the first time we went though. No, I don't think that was there the first time.
Well, the parrots was very
It
interesting.
was there this time though.
Yeah, we had to take the babies back to see it twice,
Yes.
but they enjoyed it. His son stole the show. I dressed him up in leather, and he was walking around the place, little cat nine tail, clearing the way for us. He was telling, make way for the little fairy princess, and pretty much, I mean, it was like parting the Red Sea. Everybody just cleared out the way. They thought we worked there, but we didn't. We didn't have to fight the crowd. All we had to do was tell Oliver, get out in front, and then people would see his cuteness was killing everybody.
Oh yeah.
He was so cute that like people would want to take a picture with him, would pay him. Me and James, we had no thunder whatsoever. We just part of the entourage of him, hanging out in the back. But he pretty much stole the show, and like still had a great time watching him, because I couldn't believe he was controlling all these people. Just tell them to get out the way, and they just moved, parted, bowing, kneeling. It was a great time. And I think it went to his head a little bit, I think, because a couple times I had to tell him to stand down. I yelled, "Soldier, stand down," because it looked like
he was ready to hit people.
He was ready to swat.
He was absolutely ready to hit people.
Yeah, a person with a dog didn't want to get out of his way. He was ready to swat the dog. And then the king, some guy was dressed as a king. And pretty much he told him, the king says, "Why should I get out your way? I'm a king." Oliver wasn't backing down.
He was ready to show him who the king was. Is what he was ready to do. He was ready to beat him.
I had to yell, "Stand down." Oh, but it was a good time. It was a good time. A couple people asked him to actually swat them. You know, they wanted to feel what it like to get hit by that cat o' nine tail.
Yes.
People were like, "Go ahead."
Yeah, they're letting him hit him.
Yeah, I'm like, what's wrong with these people? And Oliver, he ain't gonna hold back when he hits you. He's gonna swing that thing.
Oh yeah, no, he was swinging it hard.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to be gentle about it. He hit you. Okay. Be careful what you wish for when you ask Oliver.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And even the baby, we was pulling her in the wagon, and she had a pretty good time. And by the time toward the end of the day, she fell asleep. So he was yelling, "Make way for Sleeping Beauty!" And everybody was like, once he passed, and they looked in the wagon, and saw her sleeping.
Oh yeah. Then that was the cutest thing.
Yes.
Was You had people saying that was,
Yeah.
oh, that's so cute.
Oh,
This-
yes.
Oh, she's actually sleeping.
Yes, and while he's leading the charge.
It was great. It was great.
And she never woke up with all the noise, and especially dragging that wagon around there, over all them rocks and everything. She never woke up once, so that was good. She had a good time, and she fell asleep, and and part of the time she wanted to pull the wagon herself. She didn't even want to ride.
She didn't want to ride in.
She-
She wanted somebody. She wanted to pull the wagon while we walked beside her.
Yeah. And every time she loved it every time she saw a fairy. Then she had to put on her wings and show the fairy that she's a fairy too.
Oh yeah, well we have a couple pictures of them. I'm gonna post them all to our Facebook. That's the Rick and James Show on Facebook. We have a page there. You can join, follow, like.
Yes.
See all the pictures from the last Renaissance Fair, along with we'll post all the pictures from this Renaissance Fair also.
Yeah. Well,
on there.
this is gonna be our third time going, so hopefully we get enough pictures to post on there and give you a real sense of what it's like up there and what you're missing if you don't go.
Absolutely. Which is why, again, we need a cameraman for that day.
Yes.
Or woman. Cameraman
Cameraman.
or woman.
Yes, I have costumes, so if you come see me and you want to go, then come see me. We'll make the arrangements. We'll buy your ticket. We'll feed you while you're up there, and all you gotta do is follow us around, help take pictures, and enjoy the day. You know, it's hard for us to take pictures because all the gear we're carrying, already. We're already in costume. We'll put you in costume. I've got men's and women's costumes. I got dresses.
Yep.
I might be able to I may have enough armor, or I got alternate costumes, monks and whatever, peasants and other costumes, just general costumes. So I should be able to dress. The only thing that you're going to be required is to have your own boots. Yeah, your own shoe wear and maybe some black pants or whatever.
If you want to dress up. Really,
If you want to dress up.
Really, we're just looking for a cameraman.
Yeah,
But if you want to dress up, that's great.
Yeah.
We enjoy it when everybody dresses up.
Yeah, because people will want to take pictures with you.
Absolutely.
You feel like a celebrity.
But if you don't want to dress up and you just want to come help us out, take pictures, that's great too. Don't hesitate to contact us that way
Yes.
either.
Again, 706-536-7556. Just ask for Rick, and I'll answer the phone.
We plan on doing more events. So, like I said, Saturday we're gonna be down the Riverwalk. We're gonna try to get some more events together around here. Try to get people out of their house.
Yeah, I think the Scumbug, which is a Volkswagen show, is coming up. There's going to be a few events around Columbus and Phoenix City. So as soon as we get the schedules, we'll put it out and be down there and hopefully see you at one of these events.
Absolutely.
Come talk to us and get on the show.
Yeah, because we're just again looking to have a good time. That's what.
Yes. Get everybody out the house and get everybody back to normal. Want everybody outside enjoying the sun, taking stress off. Just enjoying a beautiful day. That's what it's all about. People have been cooped up too much, need to get outside, enjoy the summer. Enjoy these beautiful days, outside. Quit locking yourself up. If you want, come out, wear a mask. If you don't feel like you need a mask, don't wear a mask. We're not gonna get mad about it either way. You do what's best for you. You do what's best for you, and that's what we say. You believe what you believe. I believe what I believe. I do what's best for me. You do what's best for you. I'm not gonna get mad at you if you disagree with the way I do it, but I don't want you to get mad at me. I don't wear a mask, so. And I do have underlying health. I've got diabetes type 2, and I'm over 60, so, it's my life. It's my life. So I take my chances, my risks, whatever. But like I said, if you're one person that wants to wear a mask, I'm not gonna, hey, that's fine. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I'm not gonna say I'm right. I'm not gonna say anything. Just
Personal choice.
personal choice.
Personal choice.
Yes. But just come on out, and enjoy the day. Grab that blanket, lay down on the grass, and
Listen to the music.
yep. Listen to
We'll be out there probably late enough, stare at the stars.
Yes. I mean, I ain't gonna tell no lie. When the sun first started setting, it was hot, and then it cooled off.
Well, yeah, no, the first time we made the mistake, we went out there about 4:30ish,
Oh yes,
maybe 5 o'clock.
yes. Right when I closed early.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
closed
closed-
early that day.
We closed early that day to run out there and set up. When the sun was beating us down,
Yeah,
while we're
yeah,
still
no, it
fooling with
was-
that our pop-up tent that we didn't know how to put up.
Ridiculously hot that day.
Oh yes.
Then after the sun went down, it was
Oh, it was nice.
perfect weather.
Yeah, had a couple people out there dancing, and had our singers going. And I hope that we can get this going where more singers come out. I can tell a lot of people were looking from a distance, and then they would walk by, and I know they wanted to sing because they were trying to check it out and kind of look. But then you put them on the spot and ask them, "Do you want to sing?" "Oh, no," and then they run off.
Yeah. So we'll be live for a little bit there. I don't know. Will the new camera be in by then?
Hopefully, our new camera will be in. We've been ordering more equipment. For us, this is a what do you call it? Learn as you go.
Learn as you go.
Learn as you go.
So yeah, we have one camera set up. That's the one you're watching us on now. Has a very limited battery. That's why we keep our podcast to about an hour, because it's about all the battery will last on it. I have no extra batteries for it.
And then we're working on some GoPros and
So
stuff
the
like that.
one we have coming in charges while you record, so we'll be able to live cast the whole thing that night if it gets here.
Yes.
If not, you may only catch an hour or two live. The rest, obviously, you can go to Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor.fm, and find us there. The whole thing will be on there. Unfortunately, without video most of the time. So.
But hopefully, like I said, we get the rest of the equipment in, and when we're fully running, you'll be able to see everything that we do.
Absolutely. So yeah, right now we live cast to YouTube. If you're on YouTube now watching us, YouTube. If not, you can also catch all our episodes on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Radio Republic, and Spotify. We're on all those channels. All of our episodes get posted to all those. Also, same the Rick and James Show on all of those.
I'd like to right now tell a little bit about our backgrounds. So James, you're from
Everywhere. Spent a lot of time in Miami, but I've also lived in North Carolina, Virginia, Columbus, Phoenix City area, Alabama, Georgia.
and how did you come to stay here?
Family, military.
What'd you do in the military?
I was an MP in the military. Did that for 6 years.
And what happened? You retired, medically retired.
Yep.
So he was Army,
Army.
and I'm Air Force. My parents are from Guam. I'm first generation American. I was born at Fort Benning. Spent most of my life in Columbus.
You're born on Fort Benning?
Yes, I was.
So I was born in
Martin Army Hospital.
Martin Army. So I was born on Fort Lewis, Washington. Madigan, I believe it was. Madigan Army Hospital.
Yeah.
Fort Lewis, Washington.
I was born. My mom told me I was born on the 9th floor. So.
I have no clue what floor.
Well, I tell the people that I was born at Martin Army. I was going to die at Martin Army because I was born there, and I come back to Columbus, and I've been living here ever since I retired from the military. I joined. My dad was in the Army. I ended up joining the Air Force. He told me, "Don't join the Army. Join the Air Force. Join something other than the Army." Because he was during that Vietnam era when everybody was smoking pot, and he called everybody a pothead.
Oh, absolutely. I would, even now today, I wouldn't recommend, if you're going to join something and you have the aptitude to do so, Air Force or Navy.
Yeah.
Don't
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard. Don't join the Army. Don't join the
Yeah.
Marines.
But yeah.
Unless you're just dead set on it. I know a lot of people join the Marines just because
The
dad was a
uniform.
Marine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Grandfather was a Marine. I'm gonna join the Marines. Is that you? Hey.
But
be you.
If you like 5-star hotels, if you like
Extra pay for
Yeah.
literally everything.
yes, because like when I was in the Air Force, if they sent me to an Army base, that would be substandard living. If they sent me to the Navy base or Marine base, that was substandard living. Our pilots would walk in there and look around and say, "We're not staying here," and we literally go downtown in a 5-star hotel. They would pay us. If I stayed on a military base, they would pay me. I stayed at Okinawa on the Marine side. For me to stay on the Marine side of the base, there was the Air Force side at Kadena and a Marine side. The Air Force side, you have maids, you have stock refrigerators, you have big TVs, you have everything. On the Air Force side, you went to the Marine side, there were 2 bunk beds and 2 lockers. And 1 4 lockers, 2 lockers.
Oh, I bet.
So 2 guys got to share a locker. There was 4 guys in a room. I went down there, and according to the Air Force standards, that room wasn't even big enough for me. So I told them I almost started to kick my guys out of one of the rooms so I could stay on the Air Force side, but they said, "Tell you what, Sergeant Salas, if you want to stay down here, we'll pay you $65 a day."
Extra money.
Extra money
Ridiculous.
to stay in this room.
Ridiculous.
They even sent a maid from the Air Force side down every day to make up my bed. They brought me a big color TV for my room.
That's ridiculous.
Oh yes, the Marines thought I was gonna clean the floor. They told me what day that I had to do. What do you call it? Whatever they call it, where they go in, everybody mops and wax the floor.
Yeah, I can't think of the name.
No, I was GI day or whatever. Yeah, we GI on this day. I'm like, what does that mean? They were talking about cleaning the floor, mopping and stripping the wax. I said, oh no, I don't do that. I'm in the Air Force. So they sent the maid down and do all my cleaning and everything for me. I didn't have to do anything. Plus, I got $65 a day to spend.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Oh yes, that's why I laugh when people, they said. I apologize to people that joined the Army. That was my joke. So you couldn't spell your name right, So you misspell your name. That's why you couldn't get in the Air Force. But the Air Force does have it easier. We have more money. I think we got like 80-90% of the budget of the military because the airplanes cost a lot of money. Pilots cost a lot of money.
I don't think the Air Force has that many airplanes now, though.
Oh, we have.
They're mostly satellite drone doing now.
Navy
has way more. Actually, Navy has way more aircraft today than the Air Force does.
But
crazy?
But we can launch from anywhere. We can launch from the United States, and them guys can catch a in-flight refueling thing and keep going. That's what thing I tell people. I said, if somebody's shooting at me as a crew chief on a base, somebody ain't doing their job, because we don't even have to be the same country launching airplanes. The aircraft can fly at 1,700 miles an hour.
Oh yeah.
So they hit an in-flight refueling, get some more fuel. It don't take long to get anywhere. You can launch from the States and go hit somebody and then come back. But it'll be second shift grabbing them. First shift will be going home. Second shift or third shift will be catching the airplanes. Yeah, I enjoyed the Air Force. We do rank slow. It takes us longer to get ranked because we're a smaller unit.
A damn chair force.
Yeah, that you can say what they want. But like I say, any of those guys that come to an Air Force base, they can tell the difference.
Oh yeah, no, y'all are definitely treated much.
Yeah, you come to our chow halls. We don't pick up
nicer.
we don't pick up our trays. We have people paid to pick up our trays and everything. The Army guy's always looking for the clipper. Where did I take my tray? I said, put it down. See them ladies over there? They're gonna pick them up for you. Yeah, I like watching the Army guys come in there and then they look at our barracks and a lot of times when you get to your main base, you get a room to yourself, And I remember when it used to be 2 to a room, then they made it 1 to a room. I'm like, you used to have to be an NCO before you get a room to yourself.
Still do in the Army or married, one of the two.
it's a great thing to, anybody that joins the military today, I hats off to them. It's tough thing to do. Taken away from your family, a lot of deployments, things like that. You're asked to do things that a lot of people wouldn't do. Trust me. So you just gotta, and you can't say no. You just do what you're told, and if you say no and try, the best thing to do, I'll tell you, in any military branch, if they tell you to do something and you disagree with it, go ahead and do it, and then complain about it later. Do not do it.
Yeah, no, it's
That is
Can't do
the
that.
worst thing that you can do. Disobeying a direct order. But yeah, I had a great time in the military. I spent 12 years overseas, most of my career. I had an officer that got mad at me because I was overseas so long, and told me that I had to repatriate myself with America. I'm going like, I didn't understand what he meant. I said I'm overseas for a reason. This long because I have a good record. I'm a good soldier. I don't
yeah,
get in
because you
trouble.
spent what 12 years overseas. How? But you lived in Columbus, Georgia, most of your life, right?
Yeah, most of my life. I grew up
At least through high school.
Yes, I was at Eastway Elementary. I went to Woodall School, Winterfield School, Woodall School, and then I went to Guam, and then we came back and I went to Eastway Elementary School up into second grade to the sixth. Went to Rothschild, 7th and 8th, and finished up at Carver. And my family, my sister went to Kendrick, but the rest of my brothers and sisters went from kindergarten, kindergarten all the way, in Eastway, went to Rothschild, and graduated at Carver.
Did they go back to Guam with you, or you went to Guam by yourself?
I went to Guam. My dad got hit in Vietnam, and so my older sister and I were the only ones in school. My youngest brother was not in school. Then I had two younger brothers at that time. Ralph was born, so they were too young to go to school. So I was in first grade in Guam. Yeah, I was in first grade in Guam. And then when we came back, the rest, after all the other kids started going to school, they just went to one elementary, one junior high.
What'd you go back to Guam for?
My dad got hit in Vietnam, and when he got wounded, we went back because he was in the hospital. Plus, he had malaria. So we stayed there a year while he was recovering. My dad
Gotcha.
was in the hospital. I didn't get to see him too much.
He didn't go to Walter. I don't know. Was Walter Reed around then? I'm pretty sure Walter. He didn't
Well-
go to Walter Reed. They sent him back to Guam to recover.
Yes, they, yeah. He probably requested one to recover in,
That
hos-
maybe.
yeah, hospital there. So that's family and everything there. Even,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, my mom would go to the hospital. I didn't see my dad that much when I was in Guam because he was mostly in the hospital. And by the time he recovered, then we went back to the United States. It was the first time for me to see my grandfather, and it was an interesting thing because when I went to Guam, I'm used to indoor plumbing and stuff, and out there they have the outdoor plumbing,
Like outhouses.
outhouses. We're
That's
talking
crazy.
about outhouses, and my grandfather lived in a Quonset hut. That's one of those Marine barracks you see like Gomer lives in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in there. I remember our first night there, man. In Guam, it's warm weather all year round. So like the house is like old, and then there are huge rats in Guam. We're talking about big rats. The kind that cats are scared of.
I don't know. There's huge rats here in Columbus too.
Yeah.
I saw one jump on my awning one day, and I mean,
Yeah, kind of like that.
he was
Well, the first
massive.
night we slept at my grandfather's house, we were on the floor. My mom says, make sure you wash your hands and your face real good. And I'm going, we didn't understand. She says, don't have any grease or anything on your hands. She says, the rats might chew on your fingers and your lips. And we're like, what are you talking about? I'm a little kid, So when we laid down on the floor, I was looking up at the ceiling. These rats had chewed a hole in the top of the house and were walking across the beams. And I was scared that these rats were going to fall on us. I didn't sleep all night. I just pulled my covers up to right up under my eyes and kept staring at these rats that were walking across. I mean, I was terrified. And then you would hear one of the mouse traps go off. You know, the big mouse trap?
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't even, my grandfather had to go out there and actually put his fingers on there and try and break its neck because they would literally get out of those things. You
That's
hear it
crazy.
snap and then go across their neck. It didn't kill them. They'd be over there struggling, and they're so strong that it would pull the
Pull
trap.
out of the rat
pull-
trap.
Yeah, pull out the rat trap.
Rat trap.
So my grandfather, if it popped, he had to go in there really quickly and put more pressure on it to try and break that.
That's crazy.
Oh, yes. I mean, I went to Guam. I had a whole new experience. I didn't speak Chamorro. I had the kids up there giving me a hard time.
Chamorro is
Our language.
the Guam's local language.
Yes, that's what Chamorro is what we call the people and our language. So, I didn't speak Chamorro. They were all mad at me. They would literally cuss me out in our language because I couldn't speak Chamorro. They gave me a hard time because I wasn't a local kid. My grandfather, they were trying to beat me up all the time, and I was too small. So my grandfather, here's what he told me. He taught me a trick. We call it booney peppers, which is kind of like Tabasco peppers. He gave me a bag of this stuff, and he says, if you get in a fight, he says, stick your hand in your pocket, which that's where my bag was, and he said, break the peppers, don't touch your face, slap the person in the face, try and get his eyes. And that's what my grandfather did for me. So the kids would quit picking on me and trying to fight me all the time. As soon as I broke that pepper and rubbed it all in my hands, I would just reach up and start slapping at the kid. If I touched his eye, got close to it, it was done.
Done.
That eyeball was like bloodshot red. You couldn't see no white in that eye. And he'd be screaming.
What year was this? Around?
Let's see, about 65, something like that.
65, okay.
65. We moved here 64, 65. I think we moved back to, we moved our house in 65. So it's like 64 to 65. My grandfather, he was trying to help me out the best he could. Guam is just a different way of life from what I was used to. You know, I had to go to, I only had one cousin that had an inside bathroom. And I would literally walk to that house when I had to go do a number two. Because that hole in the back, when we walked to the back to the outhouse, we'd go in twos, pairs, to make sure kids have actually fell down in those outhouses.
Yeah, I know. So my mom, growing up, she grew up in Ohio, but spent a lot of time in Virginia. I've told you about Virginia before. I know most of the time, as they were growing up there was no indoor plumbing. It was all
Outdoor.
houses. Even when I went up there in early 2000s, the house my aunt lived in did have indoor, but the outhouse was still out back, and it was one bathroom. If you couldn't use that one, you were going outdoors. So.
Yeah, and out there, you either got newspaper. They wouldn't have toilet paper. They would have newspaper, stack of newspaper out there, or a magazine. And trust me, you don't want to, clean yourself with a magazine because you had to sit there, rip a page out, and you had to ruffle it back and forth.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to wipe my ass with a magazine either.
Oh no.
So when was the last time you were in Guam? When was
when the
the
volcano.
last time you made a trip there?
Well, when I left the Philippines in '91, the volcano Pinatubo had blown up, and Clark Air Base. That's when they were closing. They closed Clark Air Base because the volcano blew up. So I stopped in Guam in '91. That's about the last time I've been back there.
91. You still have family in Guam, or?
Oh
have
yes,
they all-
I have a lot of family in Guam. A lot of my cousins are still in Guam. They always tell me I need to move back and stay in Guam if I can repatriate to Guam because my parents were born
Mhm.
there. The base had to give back so much land because they took it from the people when they did Anderson Air Force Base. So if you go back, all I got to do is fill out some paperwork, and they'll give me land.
They'll give you land in Guam.
They'll give me land. It may not be.
Do you have to be there to do that?
No, actually,
Could
I
you
can
file
do
the paperwork
I
here?
can file the paperwork. Move back to Guam,
Yeah.
and then live on this property. And the thing about it is, my cousin says, I said, well, if I go back there, my cousin says, don't worry about nothing. You got plenty of cousins there. You don't need a tractor or nothing. You just borrow one from your cousin, That's one thing about Guam. You have the family connection. If you want to get a job, it's all through family connection. If you, whatever you want, it's the family connection. So he said, don't worry about it. They'll help you build a house, whatever you want to do. So all you gotta do is show up. You know.
So don't move to Guam unless you have family, is what I'm hearing there.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of people that claim they're Chamorro, but they're not. They're either Filipino or something else. There's Russians in Guam, actually. There's a lot of Japanese in Guam. It's cheaper to golf in Guam than it is to golf in Japan. If you want, it's cheaper to buy a ticket from Japan and fly to Guam and golf than it is
to golf in Japan.
That's how expensive. The golf, I think the green fees are like $100,000 a year.
Well, yeah, they don't have a lot of land in Japan.
No, they don't.
There's nowhere to build golf courses. So if you do build one, you got to make that money back.
Oh yes, so it's like $100,000 for, I think, for green fees. You have to be like literally a millionaire to golf in.
That's crazy.
So
I believe it though. I believe it. There's no land. It's a small. Japan's a small island.
Yeah, and even in Guam, the Chamorros don't golf on that golf course. They might be caddies, but it's so expensive there. You know, it's Japanese.
I don't know. I'm not a big golfer, so I don't believe that issue would come up with me. But
I was never a golfer until somebody offered me a job as a marshaller when I worked at Cessna Aircraft Company. My friend Danny says, "You want to be a marshaller?" And I said, "What's that?" He says, "You work at the golf course, basically dumping the garbage and making sure that people are following through, playing through like they're supposed to, don't hold up the line and stuff like that." I said, "Why would I want to do that?" I said, "I only play golf." And he said, "Well, you learn to play golf." I worked at Woodland Hills, and if you work there as a marshaller, you get all the free golf you want.
So you played a lot of golf.
Yeah, so like that's how I learned to play golf. Is like when I bought me a cheap set of clubs, and pretty much I think I killed all when I first started just on the driving range. I had a lot of balls in the tree. I probably killed about 20 birds, 50 squirrels. I mean, everything I hit was in the trees when I first started. I'd slice it off and I'd just see it going up into the trees. And finally I learned to hit it straight, and I hit pretty hard, so I was knocking it off into the woods at Woodland Hills. But I had a good time learning how. I tell you the truth, I have more fun picking up golf balls than anything else. I like picking up golf balls. I like getting that cart and driving around picking up.
I was gonna ask, did you drive the little cart around?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. That was my thing. I like doing that, and plus like going off in the woods and hunting golf balls, the expensive golf balls, Titleist and stuff like that. I would collect golf balls. I had like 20 gallons of golf balls.
What'd you do? Resell them?
Well, I actually, my brothers and used to play golf, so I would give them golf balls. But I still got a bunch of Titleists and some egg cartons in the room next door. But yeah, I save those, when I play. I mean, I know people would like buy a set of Titleists and play the first 9, lose all their balls, and buy another set. And I think they're about $3 a ball.
Yeah, the golf balls aren't cheap.
Yeah, about $3 and they buy a set and then lose all of them.
That's why I don't play golf.
Yeah, I mean, plus it like the guys that I golf, learn to golf with. I mean, they drink a beer on about every hole.
I thought that was why you played golf, was to go out there and drink beer.
They drink a lot of beer out there. They sell a lot of beer.
Smack a golf ball.
Yeah, they do drink a lot of beer out there. It's hilarious now. Well, we're gonna play the first 9, so that I need 9 beers. They literally drink about a beer per hole.
9 beer. I believe 9 beers on a golf course. You might not be able to hit the ball at the end.
They don't care, man. These guys are professionals. They're professionals.
Professional drinkers.
Yeah, they can still play. And they're betting money per hole or whatever, taking points. It's hilarious. But I enjoy that. They say that more deals are made on the golf course, business deals.
I believe it. Again, I don't play a lot of golf, so I couldn't confirm nor deny that.
Yeah,
but I believe it. I know a lot of people that play golf.
Yeah, all those rich people like going out there, and there's people that were in the neighborhood. Like the golf course was built around the neighborhood, so like a lot of people just come out their yard with their golf cart, whatever holes, by their house and start there work their
Live
way
on
around.
the golf course, yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So you know, I'm like this. If I play 9 holes, I'm good. You know, I'm happy with 9 holes. That 18, that's too long. That's too long for me.
Yeah, I don't even know if I could. So I damaged my shoulder pretty bad. I don't even know if I could play golf at this point.
And I know people who will play 3 rounds of golf, 18 holes.
I used to play with my
all
brother
day.
when I was real young. Real young. My brother took me golfing a couple times, got golf clubs, went golfing. It just wasn't. Now, again, I don't even know that I could swing a golf club. But
It's yeah.
well, it just wasn't for me. I'm not a big golfer. Not a big sports guy, period. Like,
Me.
I don't watch a lot of sports. I don't
I used to be.
watch MMA.
Yes, I love watching that. I got my ring in the back, my training thing. I used, growing up, I used to watch a lot of sports, but as I got older, all this woke culture, people crying about they're not getting paid enough. When they had the strikes on baseball, I quit watching baseball. Strike on football, I give up on football. All this complaining, whining about their money, not getting paid enough. I just quit watching sports because these guys, it's a game they're playing. It's nothing life or death, anything like that. It's a game, and they're overpaid, and I just don't think that that they deserve their platforms. They're trying to use their platform. If I go watch a game, I'm not there to watch anything political. I don't want them saying anything. Just play your game. Shut up. Play the game so I can watch the game. I don't want them out there talking about politics or anything like that.
I can
Don't
see
get
that.
up there and put your knee down. Kneel. Don't kneel. Don't kneel. Don't complain about our American flag. Too many of my friends have died under that flag. Bring your body home. Lay that thing over there, folded up. I got plenty of cousins that died during the Vietnam War. I got cousins that Afghan, all this stuff. And to sit there and complain about this country, this is the greatest country in the world. I can still say that today. This is the greatest country in the world to ever live in. I don't see anybody ever decide that I'm going to give up my citizenship and go move to a third world country.
If you don't, I can give you examples of why this is one of the greatest countries. Did you hear about the girl in Iran that she's about 20 years old? She was social media, social media person.
Yeah, they gave
10 years in Iranian prison
right,
for posting on social media.
right. If a girl wants to go to school, these other countries, they marry off kids. We're talking about like 10-year-old girls. They marry them off.
Did you hear about the wrestler also in Iran?
Yes, they
executed
Yeah,
him.
executed him.
They executed him.
Yes.
What was that over? They executed him over.
Somebody said posted or
No, he went to a peaceful protest. He went to a peaceful protest. They executed him. Dana White from the MMA
And
pleaded
yes.
with the Iranian government. Hey, don't kill this guy. He's a great wrestler. He's this and that. I mean,
they didn't care.
I don't remember if he might have went even to the Olympics. Like, he was a world class wrestler.
Yes.
Nope. Boom. Executed him.
And this I love this country.
For going to a peaceful protest.
Yes. And that's why I believe that, if you don't think that this is the greatest country in the world, you have never been anywhere in your life. You've never been anywhere. I was in the Philippines. When they question you, they can handcuff you and slap you around and beat you with a stick. They're corrupt. I don't know now because they have the new president. Their new president, he told them to go out and kill all these corrupt judge, police. He pretty much let the people do what they want to do to get rid of the corruptness, judges and everything else.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yes, but anybody that says that this is not a great country, I can tell you that you've never been nowhere in your life. You've never been nowhere in your life. I love this country, and I'm telling you, this is a melting pot compared to all the. You go to Japan, is there a mixed population in Japan?
I have no idea. I've never been to Japan.
No, it's Japanese. Okinawans don't like Japanese. If you call an Okinawan a Japanese, they're gonna get mad at you. You know, like I thought they're all Japanese. No, Okinawa or
Well, I do
Okinawa.
know Okinawa is different from Japanese.
Yes.
That's,
It's part of Japan, but they're not. They don't call themselves.
they're Okinawan.
Japan. Yeah, Okinawan.
Yeah.
Don't get that confused because you might get kicked in the leg. You know, they consider it an insult. If you go to Korea, you see a mixed population there? No. You go to Cambodia, Asia, you go all through Asia, China. Name a country that in Southeast Asia that got a mixed population.
I really don't know. I haven't done any research into this or
Now Vietnam.
lived there.
Vietnam, like what they had the French there for a long time, so you got them French Vietnamese girl. They're very beautiful. And then they got the mixed American, Amerasian kids, whatever. But for the most part, that's not a good thing if you're a mixed race in those countries. And that's the sad thing about it. You can be mixed race in the United States. It doesn't make a difference. This is the melting pot of the world. This is where anybody can come in here and achieve anything. You can come here from nothing. I've seen Vietnamese come from Vietnam after the Vietnam War when they were pulling them in here.
Mm-hmm.
And they were working at the commissary, tips only. And then next I know, they're running their own business. They save, they're family oriented. They throw all their money together. They open up a nail shop. They open up a restaurant. And that's the way they do it. They stick together
Oh yeah.
and throw their money in together. Koreans and everybody else.
Yeah.
So you can be you can start from nothing.
That's why you see a lot of Indians that own
Yes.
like hotels.
Gas station, and they do pay
They
taxes.
come over as one big family.
Yes, put their money
They
together.
pull all their money. They buy this hotel. They all live in the hotel.
Yes,
They all work at the hotel.
and they don't always get paid.
They don't get paid.
Because-
What'll normally happen is they'll save up enough money to go buy another
another
hotel.
hotel.
And this brother or this sister or
Moves-
this
yes.
cousin will then take over that
Yeah.
hotel
That's right.
with more family, and they
called
just keep going and keep
accumulated
going
wealth.
and keep going.
Accumulated wealth, which a lot of people don't do. Like this originally even from like Europe used to get the oldest son would inherit everything, and it's his job to take his inheritance and make it bigger, buy more land, do whatever, and keep the family going that way. But that's one thing. The United States is, like I say, this is the only country you can come here dead broke, not have anything, and still achieve whatever you want to achieve.
Absolutely. Hey, and if you disagree with him, we are looking for guests to be on the show.
Oh yes.
Come on down.
You tell me, anybody who wants to tell me about,
We'll argue about it.
yeah, I love to talk history, especially about people saying that somebody's holding you back, or like racial prejudice. Everybody is prejudiced, trust me. I know. Everybody's prejudiced. All we need to do is tolerate and respect each other in public. You cannot force somebody to believe something that they don't want to believe in. So, I respect you in public. I will treat you accordingly. I don't want to yell at you, scream at you. I don't want to fight at you because we have different beliefs. At the end of the day, when you go to your house, you teach your children what you want to teach them. I'm going to teach my children what I want to teach them. If people want to teach that it's not good to intermarry, there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. Because you go to these other countries, Chinese don't like you mixing their races. All these other countries, they don't even like to mix with each other. Like Laotian would say, "Oh man, don't you marry no Vietnamese." Or Laotian, "Oh, don't marry no. Oh, they're not." That's the way it is. I was growing up. My mom told me not to marry a Filipino because they were prejudiced. Chamorros were prejudiced against the Filipinos when they first came to the island. Things like that. But as long as we tolerate each other and respect each other in public, that's fine. Don't hate somebody for their beliefs. If they believe in God, hey, that's their business. Don't tell them that there's no God. If people are atheists, hey, you're an atheist. That's on you. I'm not going to judge you for being an atheist. But don't get mad at me and make fun of me because if I believe in God, and that's my personal experience. I don't want you to put me down and tell me there's no God. Just I'm not gonna get mad at you. And I said, well, you believe what you want to believe. Let me believe. This is my own personal experience. What gets me through the day. So however you get through the day, that's up to you. And I don't put you down for it. I don't care. You can believe in Satan. All I care. But like at the end of the day, don't force me to say that you're right and I'm wrong, or I'm not gonna say that I'm right and you're wrong. I don't know if I'm right. That's my faith.
That's your belief.
It's my belief.
You're entitled to it.
Yes. So don't knock me down for my beliefs, because I'm not gonna knock you down for your belief. I may disagree with you, and I may not want to talk about it if but I'm gonna respect you and say, okay. Now I'm not gonna say you're wrong or anything like that. So all I can do is tolerate and respect what you believe, and leave it at that. We don't have to talk about it. Don't get mad at me about my political point of view. If I'm a conservative, don't get mad at me. I don't get mad at you if you're a liberal. I may not agree with your politics, but I can still talk about it without throwing blows or getting mad, or and all I ask is, show me the proof. Show me the proof. If you're going to say something, show me the proof. Show me. We'll look it up. We'll Google it, whatever.
I sit behind a computer. Any guest that comes on, I sit right here. We can Google, look up, whatever you want to look up.
Yeah. When people tell me about things that, aren't true, and I say, well, show me where you got this information. Show me. Okay. And if you're right, then I'll say, okay, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. But if I'm right, don't get mad at me and say that, what we just looked up is a lie. I said, I'll have you look it up. You look it up. That's why I keep trying to tell people about everybody has been treated bad. Every race has been treated bad in history. Every race. Don't say that one race has been treated worse than the other. There's been genocides. People have been genocided in other races throughout history. Throughout history. Is genocide going on in China right now? Yes, there is. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, the United States is so bad. They're killing all these people." I mean, really? I said, you must not go to Africa. What's that? The Tutsis and man, these people cut off women's breasts, stuff like that, just because they're two different warring tribes, been warring each other for years and years. The Middle East. If you're not Muslim or the right Muslim, there's different Muslims. They're gonna kill you because, and like, as an American, you go over there. Trust me, if you don't have bodyguards and you go into town, it's not a good idea.
Oh yeah.
Because once they find out that you're an American, that you're what they call it, an infidel, if you're not Muslim, you don't deserve to live. That's the way it is. We just gave a bunch of money to Iran, and what do they scream? Death to America.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were screaming that.
And why are we giving money to folks that scream?
Diplomatic meeting?
Yeah. Yes. And yell death to America.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand a lot of things, what's going on today. But, we need to get back to a little bit of common sense and a little bit more. I understand that a lot of people didn't like Trump because he wasn't a good orator. I mean, he says stuff off the cuff. But the only thing I can say that his ideas, what he put into place, was working. And everything that was undone, why are my gas prices so high? Why is wood so high? Why is PVC, everything that dealing with housing so high? This went up because of demand, and I said we had more oil than we had demand there for a while. That's why our gas was so cheap. Now we let Russia open up that pipeline from Russia to Germany.
I heard something about that.
Yeah, they open up, yes. And our stuff is cleaner than theirs. They're going to open up. So now we're not going to be an exporter of oil. We're going to be an importer. Yeah, they closed 3 pipelines. Killed jobs right off the bat.
But the pipeline that we're going to build, Keystone,
Yeah, they closed that. They closed, trying to close the one in Michigan, and then
I
we
don't know.
paid.
I haven't done a whole lot of research into it,
And
so
then we
I
paid
can't
a
really
rent.
comment on it.
But we paid a ransom to a foreign entity.
Well, that's a different pipeline. But yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Terrorist
Why?
act.
Why wasn't our
We
Why
paid
wasn't our
ransom to-
government going after these people?
We paid a ransom
They
to a
said. They
terrorist
said.
act.
What did they say? Oh, that's a private company. Let them deal with it. This is what the military is for. This is terrorism. This is terrorism. We should be now. I'm ready to sling a bomb. Sling a missile over stuff like that. Yes. You can't hold us hostage. And they say, oh, gas prices will go up, because of this. They paid the $5 million. Guess who's gonna pay the $5 million? Us at the pump. Watch, we're gonna be over $3 a gallon.
Didn't that already get resolved though?
Yes, but who? Yeah, they paid $5 million. So who's gonna make up the $5 million?
It's an oil company.
Huh?
They'll probably just eat it.
They're not gonna eat it. Well, that's why our gas prices keep rising.
You don't think they'll eat it?
No, they never eat it. They never eat it. Trust me, they never eat it.
I don't know.
They don't eat it. They don't eat. See, this is causing this shortage.
We'll write it off on their taxes.
The shortage is making the gas barrels go up. That's what's happening. Now that the gas prices will go up because of the shortage, so they can produce less oil and get a higher price.
Well, yeah, that's normally how it works.
Yes, when we were having an overage of oil, we had to export it. We can't store it. We have to export it. So and now since oil is going up per barrel, that's why anything made out of plastic is rising at a ridiculous rate. Everything we make is petroleum based.
Most things, yes.
Anything made out of plastic. So
Yep.
you're going to see a rise. That price is going to keep rising. I don't understand it. But like I say, I'm not one of these world leaders who's never had a real job in their whole life. These people who've been in politics for like almost 50 years. There's a bunch of senators been up there, should retire, need to get out of it. They don't want to relinquish the power. So if you don't, we're the small men at the bottom. We create. We're small businessmen. Me and Jane, we're small businessmen. We create. We create something. We sell something. We do something. We offer something. I mean, this is how we generate this money so that it can be taxed. And that's the thing. They're squeezing us out. They're squeezing us out. They're making my taxes just doubled for this building that we're in. Went from 4,000 to 8,000. And we're in a COVID, what do you call it? Pandemic and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're, killing my business, how did you double my taxes?
It's property taxes.
How did property tax, if business ain't that great, then how do you double property taxes?
I don't want you here no more, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
They're trying to push me out.
They're trying to push you out.
Trying to push me out. Yeah.
That was the whole goal. Shut down the small business, raise property taxes. Boom, gone.
Yeah.
Boom.
And all my customers here who have rental property, Mr. Shelley and all of them. Yeah, COVID. You can't kick somebody out of his house because when they have that COVID restriction, they don't have to pay the rent. You can't kick them out. They can't pay the rent. Then he has to make up. If they don't pay the water bill and they move out an electricity bill, guess who has to pay it? The owner of the house. Government ain't in your corner.
I don't know. All goes down to civil suits at that point.
Yep. Yeah, but yet the government sits at home. A lot of the government people were sitting at home getting paid.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. People didn't realize that there was a $5,000 a month raise for the legislative branch during that COVID. That was part of the COVID bill that Trump had to sign. They needed $5,000 a month because they were staying at home. A month. We ain't talking about a year. and that's when we got the first 1,500. So that was a part of it,
Wasn't that Trump that signed that though?
he had to, because they wouldn't put a bill up in front of him unless the raise came with it.
Gotcha.
They don't have a line by line veto, because Trump would have, if they had a line to line veto, he would have scratched that out and signed the bill and sent it off. That was the power play. That's how Congress does it. They tie their pay raises to something that needed to be
Has to be
signed.
signed.
Right.
All right, so we're a little over an hour here. Camera's not gonna have
All right.
much more juice in it. So we're gonna cut the stream here.
Yes.
Quick recap. Saturday, 5:29.
Yes.
If you're local to Columbus here, we're gonna set up down at the Riverwalk. Music, karaoke. Starts about 6:30, right down from the splash pad on the Columbus side of the Riverwalk. Sunday, we will be at the Renaissance Fair, looking for a cameraman or
Yes.
woman. Join us up there. Ticket, food, travel,
Yeah.
all.
We'll
We'll
take
take
care
care
of
of all that. All you have to do is come take pictures for us and have a good time.
it. Yes.
Dress up if you want to.
706-536-7556. Ask for Rick.
So yeah, you've been listening to the Rick and James Show. I'm James,
And I'm Rick.
and we